Well, first we're gonna do the Dollar Tree in Alma, and then we will go to downtown Van Buren. Anyway, on the days that I have to drop off my son at work, I always go to the Dollar Tree, see what I can find. So right now we are at the store. I have cut out a lot of this. So right now I'm going down the aisle with all the bath puffs and the shampoos and lotions and all that. For one main reason, there is something that I'm looking for down this aisle. I think it's a little further down, unless I deleted the wrong one. Nope. Okay, somebody asked me where those adhesive bandages were, and I was showing you they're around the Kleenex, the bandages, all of that. There are some Arm & Hammer wipes. Now, this Dollar Tree was set up a little bit different than the other one that I normally go to. So it could be where they're at, and then again, it could not be. Now, the one thing that I always get here is my allergy pills. They're a generic of Zyrtec, and they have changed the box on me this time. I will do a complete little Dollar Tree haul in case I missed anything on this little video. But anyway, my allergy relief, there is only 12 pills in that instead of 14 now. There's some baskets and stuff. I did want to show you these cute little baskets. I love them. Although I don't have much use for them right now. But isn't that adorable? And that's one of the $1.25 ones. You've got some pie holder plates up top, which is pretty good for that price. Okay, let's keep looking through here. I love those crates like that. They're such a good deal, and if you're storing stuff like under the bed and stuff, they're great. We got a lot of baby items, and then we come to the bags. That same person was also asking where I got the bags from, and in this store, they're right by the baby items. But I think all the different stores have them set up a little bit different. Isn't that just adorable, that little watermelon one? But this is the one that I decided on because it's got the little pocket in it. It's see-through. I really do like that one. So I went ahead and got that one. And then they've got all kinds of these socks and stuff. All kinds of different designs and stuff. Now, the multi-packs are here are anywhere from $3 to $5, but you can still get some that are $1.25. So this that I found next was a little lighted coaster. I have an idea of what I want to use that for. That's the only thing that I found in that little section. But then I came over here and look at what I found. I found this cute little clipboard, which I did get this one. Well, this type of one. I ended up putting that one back because it was a little bit warped. But I did find one in the back with the same design. I absolutely thought that was adorable, and that'll work perfect for my coasters and stuff. Whenever I am out and about diamond painting, I would have loved to have that with me. Whenever I was at the car dealership yesterday, and it did take forever. That's why I didn't get a video out yesterday. We were there for a long time, believe me. We left about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I did not get home till almost 8 at night. They've got this cute little magnetic planner. I thought that was absolutely adorable. I did get a book, but I don't think I ended up showing you the one that I got. I did, however, show you the Nancy Drew books. They had, for children, they had 1, 2, 3, and 4 of that series all together. I thought that that was great because a lot of times in the Dollar Tree you do not find a bunch of the different series. They've got that little coloring book for mandalas. We're still at the $1.25 stuff. They've got so many different coloring books for kids, and they've got a lot of puzzle books too, which were up on the higher shelf, which I did not get because I just had this in my cart. These bottle openers that I just showed you, I almost got one, but I did not. And then this one I didn't pick up either, but we got our Halloween Charlie Brown tree and Halloween lights. Isn't that just adorable? That would be great for Halloween. It's sad that they've already got the Halloween stuff out. I did pick up these scissors. And then what else did I get? Well, as you can tell, I am doing a voiceover on this. I think that is about all that we got at the Dollar Tree. They have so many wooden boxes and books and boxes and animals and all kinds of stuff like that. You can almost find a box to fit anything, but oh, they did have one diamond painting keychain, but I did not get it. Okay, so now that I showed you my Dollar Tree visit while I was there in Alma, I decided to go on to Van Buren, which is the main part of this video. I found this cute little park. I don't remember the name of it. I will try to figure it out here pretty soon. But isn't this just adorable? I think I might have found my new place to add. These little flowers and stuff, I think you're supposed to be able to make music on them. There was a sign saying who donated them. If you want to, you can pause that part of this video and read that. I might try to slow it down a little bit whenever I get this on my computer, but I'm trying to get ahead of the editing game on this. Okay, so now that was my son. He was telling me he was off work. We're just walking through this part of the park. It's got several benches that you can sit in. My pillow will come in very handy for those. Plenty of trash cans. I did visit the restroom here. They were very clean, very well taken care of. I was really surprised because at a lot of these parks and stuff, you don't see that. In the beginning of this, you saw the splash pad for the kids. The kid that was there just left just a few minutes ago, so I did get that part of it. Now we're walking down here. This covered pavilion down here, I really think that that's really neat. And that is one of the reasons that I think I will start using this as my place to go while Josh is at work. Because not only is there a beautiful park to be at, you also have this pavilion which is shaded, and coming up you will see on, I'm fixing to show you on these poles right here. I think it is so neat that everyone that I saw had these, and it's an electrical plug. So I can sit there, I can plug in my laptop or whatever and be able to work. And I think that that is going to be great, which is what I'm probably going to start doing. Okay, so now we're walking across this, and I think that this up here that we're coming to is the Train Depot Museum, which is really, really neat. I thought that y'all might want to take a look. I really don't know a whole lot about it, and we might try to spend a little bit more time on it later, but it was absolutely so much fun to take this walk through here. And I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut out of this video because I did take a lot of video today and this is already an hour and a half long. Okay, what is that? I'm not getting it in the video finder very well. It's something about a matinee thing. I don't know where that is, but it's showing different movies that they are playing on certain days of the week. I'll have to look into that and find out more information. I definitely plan on going back up here next week. I don't know if his schedule will be the same or not, but I am definitely going. Okay, now we are to this part of town. What is today, the
29th.
This month is almost over with.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I don't think Van Buren's history is a whole lot different than Ozark's, because you guys are another town right there by the river.
Yeah,
That was the kind of how Van Buren got started. It was a river port way back in the early days.
Yeah, what's bad is I've never been to the museum down there. They've got one by the railroad tracks, but I try to find little things to do.
Well, when you're looking around here in Van Buren, another neat place to go to is down about 4 or 5 blocks down Main Street. Is that it's called Arts on Main. It's a nonprofit art education group, and you can go in there and check that out. They've got different artwork on display, and they run that old theater down there, the King Opera House.
I saw something in the window over there about that.
And if they're not doing any shows or anything, they'll let you go in there and look around and hit that old theater inside. It's pretty neat.
Cool. I'll have to stop by there and look.
It's been restored to like it would have been in the early 1900s. And it's quite neat. They still use it quite a bit for different things.
One of these days I'm going to ride the train again. I think I rode the train whenever I was like 13 or 14.
Yeah, it's still running.
With a friend, but I haven't been on it since.
Yeah.
Back then, that age, you really don't appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. I wonder if this is the picture of the film that they recorded in downtown Van Buren. Just a thought. So here I am just looking through some of these really old pictures. One of these days I'll come back in here and get close-ups of most of these and tell you a little bit more about them. But I just thought that this was so neat. You have all of this history in this one little place. Each of these, I thought I recorded it better and you could see that and read it, and I was going to pause it, but apparently I did not. So I will definitely have to come back to this little museum and check it out again and see who all these pictures are of. There is a drawing of the old train depot, and then we walk over here and there's lots of manuals and stuff, and more pictures, more stuff. I did grab an Arkansas State passport book, and I also grabbed something detailing about the train that comes through here. which I really do want to start. I really do want to ride that. I think I want to do the one from Springdale to Van Buren and back, but we will see. Anyway, let's keep going with this. Is there more stuff or back there, or is that?
Yeah, there's some kind of train-related displays and stuff. That used to be the ticket office there. This building was the depot for the Frisco Railroad when it was running passenger service. And this was the ticket office. This was one of the waiting rooms here, on this side. So they still got some of the original, some of the original equipment or whatever that was in here back when this was, an active depot. And there's a lot of different train-related displays, literature and stuff in there.
Yeah, just driving through here, I thought that this was where they actually had the stuff to get on the train, but.
Well, this is where you catch it, if you're gonna ride the excursion train. This is where it comes, so. This is where you would get on. I mean, in the days that the train comes, the people with that Arkansas, Missouri Railroad, they'll come and they'll work here in the ticket office, sell tickets and stuff here. But this building is owned by, the city.
It took me a minute to figure out what this was right here, and it basically took me, well, now we're going to look at the pictures, but here in a second we'll look at this, but I am so interested in this stuff. That sign says, if you cannot read it. I don't know why my camera is so blurry. But what that was a scale where you would weigh your luggage, and then there's an old typewriter. There was a clock over there. Just a bunch of neat stuff that some of this stuff I've seen before. A safe, and I guess that's where they sit to sell all the tickets. I don't know where they sit now, but we will figure it out. Okay, so now we're leaving the train museum. I've got to figure out a place to put these. I think I finally figured out that I was going to put them in my purse, which is very small, but they did fit in there. I am having so much fun today on this trip. I couldn't believe how much fun that I was having. Now here is the crosswalk. There are a lot of crosswalks through here, so you don't really have to worry too much about not being able to cross the street and stuff. That was a barber shop, I think, right there. I did not look in there, but if I would, no, that's something in jewelry. I thought I got better pictures, and I am so sorry. I'm probably going to cut a bunch of this out, but this is the one that we went into. So this is a crystal, and hello. They've got crystals, rocks, and fossils, so let's go on in here. Okay, so I walked in this shop, and this very informative man was showing me the different types of rocks, asking me what my favorite was. I'm definitely having to do a voiceover in this shop because of the fact that there was music playing over the speaker, so I had to turn on the volume all the way down. I'm looking through all this, and it is just absolutely so neat. He's up at the register, and I will try to figure out how to blur him whenever I record this or whenever I post this, because I don't want to show anybody's face on here that doesn't want to be shown. But anyway, he is showing me all these different rocks. I wish I would have had the camera pointed further down. But anyway, he's taken a UV light over these rocks and they are lighting up. Some of them you can see a little bit, but I thought that was just absolutely so neat. I wish I could have bought some today, but they were pretty expensive. Some of those little rocks were like $80, but just the wow factor of it just amazed me. And here he's showing me back here, and he said that there's some kind of mineral in these that makes them light up like that in some of these rocks, which is just absolutely wonderful. If you like rocks and stuff, be sure to stop by the store. It was so informative and I really did enjoy it. This is another store that I will definitely go back to pick something up. Maybe not one of the $80 rocks, but I really did like some of the smaller ones, so maybe I'll pick up a different one from here. Anyway, let's go on to the next one, and I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so as we are walking out of the crystal store, we're keeping walking down here. There's quite a few shops that I am passing. Most of them are closed because I have a feeling that they only open on Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, I think. Maybe Friday. I don't know which days exactly that the train runs, but I have a feeling those are the only days that they're open. But right here, there's another seating area and another, like a nice little park to sit at with some nice little benches and stuff. Very, very nice. Like I said, I enjoyed today so much. The weather was just beautiful. Absolutely adored it. This is a plaque for some people who lost their lives on this site. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but something that I need to do some more research into. Okay, and then there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of boutiques that are not open, and some that I just didn't stop in just because I knew I was limited on time today, on how much time I would have here, so that place was closed down. There wasn't anything in it, and there was quite a few like that on the street, but I will tell you, I absolutely love this. That was a hardware and furniture company right there. And there was some pictures in the window. It says Jan's Jundle? I don't know. I'm having trouble reading stuff today in my own video. Well, I thought that this was absolutely neat. This big ship. Can you imagine having that displayed in your house? I thought that was an absolutely stunning piece of art, if you can call it that, but I do anyway. Okay, let's head on further down the road. Gotta wait for the traffic here, which here they have been very nice about stopping at the crosswalks. Sometimes you don't see that. Their vault, I guess that is a pub. You can go in there, get something to drink, eat, and all that. Next time I come down here, I might try to get a burger or something there and sit outside. I think that would be very nice. Another empty store right here, but that's okay because I found a couple of really nice places to go to here. And also, what is this? I can't remember what this was. Look at those old-timey clocks. I remember my grandmother having one of those. They have cold drinks in here. Is this the one that I went into? I think it might be. So let's go ahead and go in here and look. There's some old cups and stuff. Very nice. This place right here brought back so many memories. So many. Just looking through here, they had so much stuff in here, and it's like stuff that, newer stuff, older stuff. There's a bunch of records there, if anybody was into those. I would love to have that Coca-Cola refrigerator right there, but that was $200. Then, of course, you got your soft drinks there to drink. I was looking at something over here. What was it? No, it wasn't there. I think this is the store that they had this little kit in. It was something like an electronic kit, and then they also had a medicine kit. So what's it here? Maybe it wasn't at this store. Maybe it was at a different one. This looks like it's all the older stuff. Let's see. I love that trunk right there. That would be really nice to have. I used to have something like that, but it was left in a house that we lived in, and somebody decided to go in there and take it, even though it wasn't theirs. What was that? That was an alphabet soup game, maybe? I saw so many things here that I was just astonished by everything. There was more records. I have a whole one record here, and it's Elvis Presley, and it was my mom's. Those ones on the wall bring back memories because I wish I still had those too. They were were they called 45 records? They were just single records, and my grandma, she used to have a restaurant, and she had a jukebox in there which had those records in it. I really wish I had those. To this day, she had like 2 or 3 cases of those records, and I don't know what happened to them. They had a lot of books here. Oh, I think I remember what shop this is, because this is the one that I actually bought something in. But it wasn't a book, but I did buy something, I think. I went into so many shops today, and on this video, you are not going to be able to see all of them. Thought that store was kind of neat. But there was a lot of them that I didn't record. Yes, this back room is where I actually bought something. I found a bunch of coffee cups back here. And it was so hard to just pick one, but I did. I only picked one here. What am I looking at there? I don't know what I'm looking at there. Junk. Oh, the sign, junk and disorderly. So neat. And back in this back room, it was actually very dark. There was an old chalkboard. But since I was recording, I had my flashlight on back here, so it actually showed. I had my flash on, so it actually showed up pretty well. I love going into stores like this, even though mainly all I'm doing is looking around. See that Starbucks cup right there? The red one? Nope. I looked over it a few times before I finally decided to get it. They had the red one and the green one. But yeah, I really, really like these. These were, I could have got two of them for 10 or one for 6. And it's not that special of a Starbucks cup, but I decided I wanted it. Made me feel really nice to buy it. I really like that Coca-Cola one too. But I think that that's one that I could get elsewhere a lot cheaper than that. Did I even show y'all the one that I got? Maybe not. Yeah, right there. Look at that. I love the colors in that. So anyway, we're going to take this back up here, but along the way, we are going to see something that I did not realize was here. Those two ladies over there that you saw in the video, they happened to say something about it, and I had not noticed it on my way in, but here we go. They were like, that's creepy. Up at the top, there was a big, huge rabbit. I thought that that was just so funny. And yes, if you were walking back there and it was dark back there, it was a little bit creepy. That's the lady that was running the store. She forgot to plug in the lights back there. But anyway, let's go on back up to the front. And I am going to pay for what I got, and we'll see you in the next clip. Okay, so as we're leaving the store, I saw another one of those signs. Is that the movie that was filmed in Van Buren? I really need to look that up and find out. Stay tuned for the answer, maybe on my live Saturday. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this next little part out of just walking down the street. There is a few interesting things. Oh, this is the other shop that I went into. But I'm going to go ahead and stop right here for just a minute. Okay, so basically I'm going to stop recording right here as far as this part goes. There is an arcade there. It says $10 to enter, but it was closed. I'm assuming with that $10 you can play any game you want, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But downtown Van Buren I have had so much fun with this. And as I got down here, I had heard about a coffee shop down this way that was in Van Buren, and it had and I thought I would stop and buy it, but as I got further down, the coffee shop that I thought that it was actually closed because they were doing some construction right there, so I did not get to see it, but hold tight for the next part of my visit today. I walked past a lot of these stores, but we'll be there in just a moment. So, look what I found. Isn't this so adorable? Books and coffee. And it says, yep, this is a real, I can't read that other part, but it says bookstore. And I look at the name of it on the way back out. I'm gonna have to try to put some of these pictures and stuff online to show you more about it, but isn't this just adorable? There is a downstairs, and that sign said so many books, so little time, but this was just so beautiful of a bookshop, so cozy. I absolutely love this. Of course, I had to go and get me some coffee. I did get the lady, but I don't think you can see her in that picture. I kind of hold it down, I think, for the rest of it. But yeah, I'm looking around at the different stuff here. They've got some Harry Potter. They've got all sorts of stuff. Now, this part, I'm probably going to cut out of here until I get my coffee because, like I said, I don't like showing people who don't want to be in the video. So we're going to stop right here for just a second. So, I am still waiting on my coffee, but I wanted to show you this beautiful bookstore. I absolutely loved it. Yes, I did try not to get her in the picture, but I'm showing you all of this other stuff in here. It is just so neat. Look at these books. Somebody made those, and what they did is they folded the pages to make all those designs in there. They didn't cut them, they folded them that way, and I thought that that was just so neat. This, I believe, yes, this is the downstairs. I did not record me going down the stairs, but those are the stairs that I went down to get to this part of the bookstore. Isn't this bookstore just so adorable? I absolutely loved it. And there's a little table with some chairs. So neat. So if you're ever in Van Buren, Arkansas, be sure to go and check out this bookstore and coffee shop. It is right across from I believe it's the train depot and that park right there. It's right across from it. I will get the name at the end of this video, but I thought that this was so neat. And while I was there, I sat down at one of the tables and I was drinking my coffee, and I met one of the nicest ladies there. She was there with her husband. They were camping over at Spring Hill Park. They said they've been here before, and they were just looking for some books. And we got into a really good, nice conversation. I really did enjoy this bookstore. Right now I'm just showing you a few of the things here. They've got so many books in this little space, and it's absolutely gorgeous. There was somebody at the end of that aisle, but yeah, there was just so many books. I did not pick out a book, but even if I was really looking for a book, I would have had a hard time choosing one. I did, however, pick one up at the Dollar Tree. Not sure really if I'm going to like it or not. Now we're going back upstairs. Now these are really steep stairs, but it's such a cute little place, and I definitely got my exercise today going up and down these stairs because I did go up another set too. And I will show you that in a minute. I got my coffee right here. And what did that say? I can't remember what it said, but it was a cute little saying. Right now I'm just kind of looking around this part. of the bookstore. This is over by the tables, and they had the Harry Potter stuff behind it.
Yes, exactly.
And then there is the Harry Potter wall. I guess you can sign it. I haven't really looked at it. I didn't look at it that closely, but I'm definitely gonna have to come back here. This
I won't
is
get you in
such
it,
a
or I'll
cute
cut it
little
out.
bookstore and coffee shop. Now,
I'm gonna go ahead and go up here and take a
since
little.
there is no kids around,
This is annoying to me when I'm
I am gonna go upstairs and show that to you. I was trying to get these signs, but even I don't know why you cannot read them in my camera today. I will have to do a much better job next time. Maybe take
There's
some
no
still
kids.
pictures
Is there anybody
of
in
the
there right
signs. But
now?
now I'm going upstairs to show you this kids area.
pictures on our Facebook.
I fell in love with this bookshop.
I'm putting it
I
on my
really did.
YouTube, but it's crafting though. It's not.
Now as
much
you're
of-
walking up, you can see over there.
Yeah, that's right.
But look at this. This is the kids area where the kids books are. They've got a little stool there. You can actually look down. They've got checkers, some other stuff, a stool, a TV, I guess they turn on every now and then. And from this area, you can actually look down into the rest of the store. Now, these windows are closed, and I'm sure that they are locked or something. But isn't that just so neat? Look at this kids area. Absolutely love it. So if you ever get a chance, be sure to stop and check on that. Okay, so hello everyone. This is going to be the ending of my video today, and I'm going to work really hard to get it edited and everything today once I get home and get it up, posted. I'm just talking, which is what y'all will see here. I'm going to postpone the answer and comment video till tomorrow, but I really want to get this one out today because I had so much fun. I did not realize that I could have that much fun just walking around looking at all these little shops. And I only hit some of them. There's a lot of them that were closed, that are probably only open on the days that the train is there. But I looked at a train museum, went to the cutest little bookstore. I think I spent most of my time in there. Absolutely loved it. I'll have to look back on the video to get the name of it. But it was a bookstore and coffee shop. I got my coffee. I had to get a latte. Y'all know me. Had to have that, which I really didn't need it. I already had coffee today, but I just couldn't resist. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and hopefully I'll be able to edit it the way I want to, so that y'all can see all the stuff that I saw today. I did get a coffee cup. It's just a small one. I did find another coffee cup that I do want to get for my husband. And if it's still there next week, I think I'm going to do this again. And if I don't walk along all the stores and stuff, all of the other stuff is just that park that they have to sit at. And like if it was raining, like it started out today, but then the sun came out, I could have stayed at that park underneath the canopy. They have plenty of picnic tables that were actually a lot nicer than the ones at the park that I go to. Difference is the park that I go to normally on the days that I bring Joshua to work is the one they have hiking trails and stuff. And since I'm getting older and I'm by myself, I don't want to go on those hiking trails alone. So that is why I don't go on those and show those to you. I would rather have somebody go with me. There is one up there that I really want to go to, but I definitely will have to make sure I wear the correct shoes and get somebody to go with me that day. And try to find a cooler day. Today would have been absolutely perfect. It is 1:33 in the afternoon and it's only 77 degrees out. And it's cloudy and overcast today. So, anyway, I know this is a long outro to this video, but I hope you enjoyed it because I really did enjoy it myself. I had so much fun, especially the bookshop / coffee shop. Absolutely a must see and go to. They had all kinds of books. I loved some of the signs. Whenever I first got there, there was some kids up in the kids' room, but I was able to get that after all the kids kind of cleared out up there. Such an adorable little place. Absolutely love it. I will be going back. I didn't get a book this time, but not from there anyway. I will, however, get a book next time. And I did see something on there about Thursdays, but there's like some kind of swap of books, and it's like an hour long, and I would really like to try that, but well, I'm already up here most Thursdays, and then I would have to drive back, which is not a big deal, but I don't know, it's something that I am really thinking about doing. It says, I don't remember what day each month it is. I will have to look and see when the next one is, and I might have to make plans to go to that. But anyway, everyone take care. I will see you in the next video. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video. Bye.